Tracy McDonald.
Tracy McDonald, broomblitz.com. This question's for DeShaun. The last 2 days we've been at practice, haven't seen Carson Steele out there on the practice field. Is there an update as far as his availability for the bowl game and just confirmation that he's still around the team?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay, cool. His availability is still going to be determined by the trainers. We'll probably know more towards the end of the week, like Friday.
Okay. Joseph Crosby.
Hey, Joseph Crosby, Daily Bruin. This question's for Duke Clemens. Just you're now in your 5th year with the team, and this is kind of your guys' 3rd chance at getting that bowl win. What is kind of the mindset of the team just going into this week and looking ahead to having a chance to also play in front of a home crowd?
The whole thing is just to finish strong, finish with a win. We couldn't get that in our last Pac-12 game, so the big emphasis this week is just finish strong and do what we've been doing all year, working hard and trying to get better and go get that dub on Saturday, especially for the home crowd being in LA.
Great. Tupney.
Okay. This is Tukey to win with the LA Times. DeShaun, you guys have had a lot of changes in the running back room over the years. Seems like you guys send a few guys to the NFL every year, but somehow, some way, you guys remain at the top of the Pac-12 in terms of rushing attack. So how do you think you guys kind of keep that going no matter who is back there in the backfield?
Just our development, I guess, the process that we go through and picking the guys that we have. So I just think that we do a good job in trying to get guys that really fit our scheme and our mold. And, they learn and listen, and they're able to just take it on to the next level and be successful on the field.
One more, if I can, for Duke. What are your emotions? Just this is the last time you get to play at UCLA.
Yeah, a lot of different emotions. Just kind of feeling like kind of reminiscing, I guess, as we drive throughout the buses for all the bowl events. Just looking around the city, kind of seeing things I remember my freshman year driving around and just being on the practice field. It's probably at least I'm kind of happy that we're able to finish our practices at our home field. So that's kind of been nice. Kind of stay around the facility, stay around the guys, and just be around Westwood one last time, I guess.
Kenneth Berry.
Kenneth Berry, Touchdowns and Tangents Network. Coach Foster, despite the changes at quarterback, how do you feel like this offensive line has kind of held up all season long in conjunction with the running backs and pass protection?
It's been a process of them learning. We had a lot of guys that this is their first time playing, so it was just good to, as the season progressed, we kept improving. So, we would just keep going into the bowl game. And
Duke, obviously, had a lot of different changes, played with a lot of different guys who have gone on to the NFL as offensive linemen. Where do you feel like you are in your progression and kind of just preparing for, the next step?
I think I've progressed well over my 5 years here at UCLA. Had a lot of good coaches to help me do that. And I think the way we run things here with Coach Kelly is like kind of prepares you for the next level. So I think mentally, like I'm pretty in tune with like what we have to do in like the offense and things like that. So I say I progressed well as my time here at UCLA, and I'm just excited for the future, really.
Gabe Myers.
Gabe Myers, freelancer. Coach Foster, how does it feel to represent California in the LA Bowl?
Oh, we're fired up for that. Just one more game in California, being in SoFi is kind of exciting. Just and like you said, representing California in a bowl game. So I'm excited that we get this opportunity to play another game, and hopefully we get it.
Awesome, thanks, Coach. And then for Duke, how does it feel to be playing at SoFi Stadium on Saturday?
It feels awesome. I've actually been to one Rams game before, so just being in the stands, you kind of get a feel for that environment and that energy that that stadium can bring. So I'm excited to be out there in SoFi and play with my teammates one last time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Kenneth Miller.
Hello, Kenneth Miller here with South Bay Black Journal. I want to ask the players, what's it been like playing for Chip Kelly, knowing the wealth of experiences he's had coaching in the National Football League and how he has brought that experience back to college? Has been highly successful at Oregon. There was a lot of speculation regarding his job security late in the season. What has your experience been like playing for Chip Kelly with the wealth of experience that he has?
I've enjoyed it every step of it. He brings a lot of knowledge to the field and to the game, and just know we always like to call him the mad scientist, like just the way he's able to evolve and come up with these new schemes and things like that. So it's been great playing for him. Like I said before, a lot of the guys that go and leave and are successful in the NFL, it's because of the way he runs the program here at UCLA, and I think it kind of just prepares you for that next level. And he brings a lot of that stuff that he learned from the NFL to the college, it seems like, and it just helps his players develop and kind of get mature faster.
Haley Sawyer.
Hi, Haley Sawyer, SoCal News Group. Coach Foster and Duke, can you just speak to how Ethan Garbers has kind of developed even further, especially in these last few weeks where it hasn't always been the easiest of games and situations?
I just think he's just improving each week, just how he's approaching the game, just each practice, you just see him improving. So it's just good to see like where he started at the beginning of the season and where he finishes this year. So I'm excited for him. I'm always rooting for Orange County players anyway.
I just like seeing his attention and attention to detail and his focus during practice. He's a true leader for us as a quarterback. So it's just good to see like he brings that same intensity every day, and you see the improvements throughout the season. So yeah, he's been good for us for sure.
And then Coach Foster, I think you played in the last game that UCLA played Boise State, if I read that.
So that's the 90s, I'm assuming, huh?
What do you remember about that game and that experience?
We won. I do remember that. We were at the Rose Bowl. I think I scored a touchdown also, but it was Boise was a good team back then too. So it was always a good program. They always have blue collar guys, people that play hard. So I remember we didn't take that game lightly. It was a game that we were looking forward to and excited to play.
Thanks.
James Williams.
James Williams, SoCal News Group. Duke, as it's been mentioned, you've been around for a long time now. What is something that you've learned over the years and know now that you wish you would have known then as a freshman?
Kind of just like to be more open and don't be afraid to be yourself, I guess. And like you don't really need to take the back seat if you don't feel like you need to, if that makes sense. Kind of if your talent speaks for itself, then you should have all the confidence in the world. So kind of just that.
And DeShaun, you've obviously been around the program for quite a while now and been there probably as long as Duke has as a coach. What do you remember about Duke's early days and just the development he's had on that offensive line?
Oh, I remember Duke's first start. That was against Utah his freshman year. And he wasn't even playing center; he was playing guard. So, Duke's come a long way just to be able to come in here. And he's always been an intelligent kid, and can get out there and play early and be physical. But just to see his growth and his leadership, and like he said, leadership doesn't come with being around somewhere a long time. So if you've been somewhere a year and you have leadership capabilities, you can lead. And that's something that he showed early, and I'm just glad that he's on our side.
Tracy McDonald.
Tracy McDonald again, BruinBlitz.com. For both Duke and DeShaun, how does preparing for a bowl game that's earlier in the calendar kind of differ from one that's maybe later in December, especially when you've got, finals week and everything like that on top of bowl prep?
Yep. Just I think it's been kind of better. Just kind of keep the ball rolling. Like there's not really a big break in between. Like we don't have like a big break to wait to like start our bowl practices up. We kind of just carried on from season. We're able to get like a couple of days off, but I think that's enough. That's all you need really. And plus we get to go home for Christmas, so that's a big plus. I'm excited about that. But just like carrying on the season and the energy, I think it was a good way to have a bowl game earlier this year.
We're a big routine-based program, so it was just good that we were able to keep the same routine. Like Duke said, we were able to take a couple of days off and then get the guys back into the mix of things. So that's a kind of a blessing in playing in an earlier role.
Duke Ni Nguyen.
One more for Duke. Yesterday, Josh was talking about the kind of struggles in pass protection. Maybe that's one of the things that the offensive line has still been working on. What have you kind of seen? What's been your evaluation of how you guys have kind of been working on and gelling in that phase of the game?
Like I feel like everyone on the O-line understands like pass protection well. It's just I mentioned this earlier in a couple of interviews earlier. It's just like the nonverbal communication. I guess kind of everyone thinking the same way without having to say it. I mean, don't get me wrong, communication is important, but kind of like that gel factor of like seeing what like my guard is seeing what I'm seeing and kind of just working off of that. I think that's something that we've been trying to improve on all season.
Kenneth Berry.
Ken Berry, Touchdown to Tans Network. Coach Foster, this would be the last time Pac-12 school, or you guys' last time in the Pac-12 playing against Boise State, and this would potentially be the first time that a Pac-12 school has ever won the LA Bowl. So, what kind of juice does that kind of give you guys, knowing you can win this one on the way out, on top of already beating USC the way you did?
We just want to finish on top, get out there and get that sour taste out of our mouth from our last game and just send our seniors out on the right note. So I think everybody's focused on that. They know the task at hand, and the way practice has been going this week, I'm feeling pretty good.
Ken Miller.
Kenneth Miller here again with South Black Journal. Coach, can you speak to what kind of influence Chip Kelly's had on you as a coach? And I heard Drew say that he was like a mad scientist. Can you elaborate on that a little bit for us?
It's just how the adjustments that coach can make, how fast he can do it, how he sees things on the field. He's just I always tell people he doesn't see, you remember The Matrix, like the movie The Matrix? Like some people see people and he sees numbers. That's how I explain it to people. Coach sees numbers, so it's he's in the Matrix and we're in the regular world.
All right. Any last questions? Okay. K-Cal, this will be the last one. We're wrapping at 12:45. Nope. Okay. Thank you so much. We're going to break now and we'll start again at 12:50 for Boise State.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. There you go.